So I wanted to write about war, but in a different way. Most military histories look at the strategic consequences of conflict or the tactical ramifications of the way battles work on an operational level. I was interested in how battles affect all of us for centuries. Because there's something strange about it. Battle, if you think about it. You put, mostly until the late 20th century, you put males, young males, and you put them in a confined space, and you give them for a few hours a license to kill. Those who survive, if they live on, that becomes one of the most momentous periods in their lives because time seems to accelerate. The stakes, after all, are for one's life. If they're wounded, of course, they're wounded for the rest of their life. If they're killed, as in the case of my namesake, who was killed at 23 at Sugarloaf Hill, for the next 60 years, a whole family went over that loss and what would have been if Victor Hanson had a farm, what would have been if he had have been there with his father. So battle seems to compress time, and all events in the past are not equal. And I think that it would behoove us to look at the past and look at it in a different way. Let me just read from, maybe I could summarize that from the first chapter when I said it's, you see, men, not gods, are deliberately responsible for the dead of battle in the conscious effort to slay other humans, and not through mere carelessness or errors in judgment. In time, we can come to accept the deaths of loved ones if they fall into chasms or they die of infection, less so when they know that their youthful bodies were torn apart by angry humans without help from nature. People forgive the ravages of water and flame, but less so Japanese, American, or German slayers. Battle, again, so unlike nature, brings with it bothersome and nagging ideas of preventability, culpability, causation, and responsibility, all married to the lingering notions of what if and whose fault. He, not it, did this. Anger, passion, revenge always erupt from battle. Remember the Alamo, the Maine, or Pearl Harbor inflames nations in a way that the far greater losses from polio, Hurricane Carla, or the Anchorage earthquake cannot. So battle is a great leveler of human aspiration when it most surely should not be. Stray bullets kill brave men and they miss cowards. They tear open great doctors to be and yet merely nick soldiers who have a criminal past, pulverizing flesh when there's nothing to be gained and passing harmlessly by when the fate of whole nations is at stake. And that confusion, inexplicability, and deadliness have a tendency to rob us of the talented, inflate the mediocre, and ruin or improve the survivors, but always at least making young men who survive not forget what they've been through.